Today's about celebrating the collective impact that we've made as a community. We will honor individuals and teams whose dedication and innovation have inspired all of us and advanced our mission in remarkable ways. Your work not only changes lives, it saves them. And whether you're a researcher, an advocate, a volunteer, a friend, you're present here today is a testament to the power of unity and the differences we can make together. So we'll take a moment here to express our gratitude, share our stories, and look forward with renewed determination in the upcoming year. So thank you so much for being here, believing in this cause, and making this a community and a force of positive change. So with that, we will hand it over to Erica, who's going to do a quick update on the STARR. And then right after that, we'll get right into the awards. Erica, off to you.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction and welcome message, Adam. I'm right with you. It has been a really amazing year, and we've all had our work really cut out for us. But I feel like we've been keeping up. I think we've been well. Keeping up. Yeah. So all of us have been doing really good work, and I'm so proud to be part of this community. It's fantastic. STAR updates. We've got a few updates. First thing I really wanted to mention was Fueling the Future February is a national awareness campaign that we are launching in February. This is a campaign to elevate mental health research as a pathway to recovery and hope. We want to build trust in research participation, amplify all the community voices, and strengthen connections between patient advocacy organizations and the clinical research stakeholders. So we would welcome all of you to participate and join us in this activation and participate in the initiative. Maria will put the link in the chat so you can see where we are right now. But please do feel free to connect with Maria or Katarina or I to send in if you want to add your own activation into this or an event that we can help publicize through our calendar of daily activities. So that's Fueling the Future February that we are very excited about. So in the policy front, that's been a busy little world, and our policy work this year has been intentionally very narrow and focused on removing barriers to participation in mental health clinical research and supporting continued innovation in treatments for mental illnesses specifically. There's a lot going on in the world. We all know this, but the four big policies that we are supporting are the Harley-Jacobson Act, which would make all clinical trial compensation tax-free, which would remove a big barrier for those who want to participate but risk losing their benefits. And also, we just feel that clinical trial participants shouldn't be taxed for their contribution to science and to the greater good. There's also modernizing the Family Medical Leave Act, FMLA, to recognize that clinical trial participation is a valid reason for a medical leave, and that would help individuals participate in studies without jeopardizing their income or stability. We're also continuing to champion the EPIC Act to correct the pill penalty, which affects development of small molecule psychiatric treatments. We have seen small molecule funding dropped by 70%. Oh, I mean, dropped by 70, it's huge since the IRA was introduced and that pill penalty was put forth. But I believe that there is momentum on that. So that's reassuring. Lastly, we, as any psychiatric or CNS treatment or affiliated, like a TD, medication or treatment gets involved in the IRA pricing negotiations. We champion robust engagement from all of the advocacy partners and individuals living with lived experience. Ideally, the IRA would be modified to make CNS medications exempt from the CNS medications exempt from the CMS price negotiations, but that I know is wishful thinking, but we've also supported some state level access work, most recently in Florida, where we coordinated some outreach from STARR and partners to help modify step therapy requirements for antipsychotics, and Paul, big partner in that one. So appreciate that. Thank you, Paul. So we're also doing policy aside. Our community engagement expansion, we've been building that out, and we've been building formal partnerships with advocacy groups, nonprofits, and community mental health clinics to strengthen trust in research and create sustainable pathways between the sites and local support networks. We continue to expand this work by connecting with additional organizations and community partners to help ensure that research sites have strong ongoing relationships with the communities they serve. In lots of cases, people at these community organizations and even at the clinics meet people. And when they don't think of research as an option, it's only because we haven't done a good enough job putting that in their heads that it is an option. I really do believe it's a viable and acceptable and good option for a lot of people. Um, all right, so we've been empowering site teams. Oh, I don't know if how many of you have seen the we've restarted our webinars series. We're calling them the Insider Session, the STARR Insider Session series. That we just did one on psychedelic studies, which was excellent. If I do say so. That was Maria who helped coordinate that with Luke Kramer. Actually, I don't know if he's on the line, but he is a former STARR employee here, and he hosted that one. That was pretty cool. But we're going to continue to do those insider sessions and focus our efforts on supporting the sites through the site certification that we do. Um, just give a quick shout out to the auditory hallucination simulation. The empathy exercise has been, of course, we've been doing a lot of that. If anybody wants to do the auditory hallucination simulation, please reach out and contact us. All the certified sites have open access, and of course our corporate partners and stuff. So please make use of that because it's a really good exercise. I'm going to just wrap it up there because I feel like I've spoken enough. Um, unless Katerina or Maria, do you guys all know Maria? Um, she's, I think, new this year. Maria, do you want to pop in and introduce yourself?
Sure, I'm Maria, and I'm helping. I just started with working with Erica recently, a couple months ago, and I'm helping her support with social media and other setting up the webinars and other things. So it's really nice to be on the first my first awards ceremony.
All right, and Katerina, did you want to say hey?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's so delightful to see you all here again, gathering for the awards. It has been such a rewarding and wonderful year. Especially I see some of the individuals I speak to on a monthly basis, so welcome. And Adam, I'm so glad you used the word collective impact in your intro, because I think that's kind of where I've been heading a lot of the conversations that I've been having with the sites on a monthly basis, is the collective impact, and then bringing all of our advocacy partners into that. So I think Erica and I and Maria have some amazing things that we're going to roll out in 2026. So I'm excited for that. But it's been a fantastic year, and let's celebrate our wonderful award winners.
All right, Adam. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So if this is your first STARR Award celebration, we have a nice little tradition here where we have an opportunity to kind of acknowledge the current holder of the award and allow them to present the award to this year's recipient. And so we're going to start out with the STARR Advocate of the Year Award. As you know, the advocacy groups are really at the core of what makes the STARR Coalition tick, and it's through all of your work and engagement that really kind of serves as the motivation for how it is that we can connect research within those communities. And so last year's STARR Advocate of the Year Award was the Schizophrenia and Psychosis Action Alliance. And so on behalf of the SNPAA, Gordon Levine is going to present this year's award. Gordon?
Thank you, Adam, and it's great to see everyone. Certainly, I see colleagues and friends who made last year's award possible, and we're also very grateful for the STARR Coalition. Erica, it's amazing how many cities around the world you pop up in doing the work of the coalition. So thank you for that. I have this really cool honor to recognize this year's recipient, and I'm going to do this in two parts. This year's Advocate of the Year recipient has been not only a powerful and consistent voice for individuals who are on the cusp of confronting psychosis and all of the impacts that that brings at a very vulnerable age, the stage of life, typically between 18 and 25. College age individuals is such an instrumental period of time in life to grab the warning signs, to surround individuals with care and support. And the individual who I'm going to be calling out has built such an amazing organization on behalf of vulnerable young adults. First of all, anyone who has over 7 million TEDx visits is someone to be reckoned with. I encourage everyone to get a link to Cecilia's TEDx talk. It's truly inspirational and absolutely moving, and based upon those statistics shows you that this is someone in an organization that's moving with force and momentum. One of the important things to keep in mind here is that for an individual to found a nonprofit organization not only shows vision and tenacity, but also shows heart and willingness to take on the world. That's exactly the type of person Cecilia McGow is as the founder, executive director of Students with Psychosis, or the acronym for short, I know is something that is also used. But by combining authentic lived experience with meaningful nonprofit leadership, management, advocacy from a global perspective, Students with Psychosis has set a remarkable standard for what true community-rooted advocacy can achieve. As we all know, this is not something that can ever be done by one organization in isolation. It needs a spark. It needs a village of allied organizations in order to carry it forward. Students with Psychosis has demonstrated just unbelievable dedication to empowering students and advocates through education, leadership development, community building. Really trying to ensure that this vulnerable stage of life is something that can be moved past in terms of connecting to support and care and ultimately recovery so that people can thrive as young adults and move on to as meaningful, independent career paths and other passions and things that each individual deserves. Students with Psychosis is very active, in particular over the last year. The achievements that the organization has achieved in terms of media mentions, and not just run-of-the-mill small picture media establishments. We're talking about over 45 million long-form videos on CBS, Forbes, Glamour, UK, Fortune, PBS, etc. This is really showing the scale and the impact. But back to Cecilia. Her advocacy journey was featured in documentaries. She has attended global mental health and economic forums and conferences. In addition to the leadership, also bringing personal experience to the forefront and being willing and able to share such a personal, deep experience. Although autistic and living with schizophrenia, she refuses to let her diagnosis define her. At age 17, she co-discovered what is a widely known binary neutron star system, leading to a publication in Astrophysical Journal, and that led to the International Space Olympics in Russia. It's just unbelievable across the board, all the accomplishments that Cecilia in particular and the entire organization. I see Davey Yu, who's on the board of directors, so many incredible people affiliated with this organization. So on behalf of everyone on this call and those who can't be here, Cecilia, Students with Psychosis is such a remarkable, amazing organization. Congratulations to you and all of your colleagues.
Wow, thank you so much for those really kind words. I'm trying not to get emotional over here again. Like thank you so much for those kind words. And I also want to definitely acknowledge Davies on the Zoom call as well, one of our executive board members, our VP of partnerships. I did put together an acceptance speech, so I'm going to go ahead and read that. So again, thank you to the STARR Coalition for this honor and for your continued leadership in advocating for expanded treatment options for people living with serious mental illness. STARR has been a longtime supporter of students with psychosis, standing with us since our early days in 2019, and we are deeply grateful for that support. Students with Psychosis is a 501c3 nonprofit that empowers students and advocates worldwide through community building, service, and collaboration. We began as a student club at Penn State, piloting our model in 2018 and expanded our programming in 2019 to New York City with a key partnership with Fountain House. During the COVID-19 pandemic, we opened our virtual programming globally, responding to students facing sudden displacement from dorms, isolation, and an increased need in community building and mental health support. Today, we are proud to serve over 1,000 students in our register, supported by strong leadership across the globe. Our growth is a testament to the dedication of our team and the resilience of our students. When you think of psychosis, do you think of people working together as an effective team? Do you think of leadership? Students with Psychosis is redefining how we think of people living with psychosis. We do not simply include people living with psychosis, we place them at the decision-making table. 100% of our executive board is comprised of people living with psychosis who lead, govern, and shape the future of our organization. I am incredibly proud of our team and would like to especially recognize our executive board president, Emeka Shima, and also our vice president of partnerships, Davey Yu, who is on the call today, for their outstanding leadership. Thank you to the entire team for your unwavering commitment to mental health advocacy and for helping build a world where students living with psychosis have access to meaningful community and leadership opportunities. Thank you again to the STARR Coalition for this honor and for recognizing our organization, our team, and our community. As people living with psychosis, we so often feel unheard or unseen. So we very much appreciate today for you coming together and making us feel seen and heard. Thank you. And on behalf of the team, we accept this award. Thank you.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for those wonderful words, Cecilia. For those that haven't had an opportunity to work with students with psychosis, I can echo everything that Gordon had said previously. A fantastic organization. Everybody that I've ever spoken with has really helped with, as somebody on the research side, really kind of offering great guidance on kind of thinking outside of the box thinking that you get from students, rather than kind of some of the people that have been around for a longer time. And so fantastic organizations, very well deserved, Cecilia and your organization for all the great work that you do. And thank you again, Gordon, for the wonderful introduction. Next up, the STARR Site of the Year Award. So thank you so much to the sites that are really at the cutting edge of connecting research between the organizations and the companies that are funding and conducting those trials. Last year's winner was the Pillar Clinical Research. And so to present this year's award is Bruce Trimble, the Pillar's Chief Experience Officer, who will present this year's award. Bruce?
Thank you so much. And it's rewarding to see so many members of the STARR community here today. It's really hard to believe it's been 1 year since Pillar Clinical Research accepted this award, which you can see I have here with me now. We are extremely grateful to have been recognized with this award, and we shared it with all of our sites throughout the year. And today, it's my honor to pass the torch. The STARR Site of the Year Award is presented to a site that embodies excellence in study volunteer care, demonstrates unwavering dedication to community engagement, and actively participates as an exemplary member of the STAR community. This year's recipient has not only met these high standards, they have exceeded them in ways that are truly inspiring. I'm delighted to recognize TrialMed Atlanta, formerly Synexus Atlanta, as this year's STAR Site of the Year winner. Under the leadership of Dr. Bethany Davis, a board-certified psychiatrist with more than 18 years of experience in psychiatric clinical trials, TrialMed Atlanta has demonstrated exceptional commitment to high-quality research and patient-centered care. With the expertise spanning phase 2 through 4 trials in both inpatient and outpatient settings, their team sets a clear standard for excellence through rigorous GCP, GDP, and placebo response reduction trainings, and through their innovative inpatient partnership with the Cottages at Mountain Creek, a therapeutic residential setting designed to support participant comfort while reducing placebo response. One of the reasons TrialMed joined the STAR community was to strengthen their community engagement efforts. And this year they have done exactly that and more. TrialMed partnered with Clubhouse Atlanta, participated in Member First 25, collaborated with NAMI Georgia, including sponsoring the NAMI Walk and hosting the NAMI Georgia team on site to receive a special partnership plaque, and hosted a community open house that brought together organizations such as Our House, Expanding Connections, referral pathways, and shared understanding of how clinical research supports patient care. TrialMed also participated in a mental health fair at the Cottages, meeting residents and families, answering questions, and reducing stigma through open, compassionate dialogue about research and treatment options. Your dedication to excellence, collaboration, and community impact is truly remarkable. We are honored to have you as a part of the STAR community. Accepting the award on behalf of TrialMed Atlanta is Dr. Bethany Davis.
Thank you. We are so honored to receive this award. This has been such a great year. We have really valued the partnership we have formed with the STAR Coalition. I feel as though my eyes have been opened to so many different opportunities that we didn't know were there. And we look forward to working with the STAR Coalition for many years to come. I'm embarrassed that we haven't been working with them for the past 20 years, but that was a mistake that we will not replicate going forward. We love advocating for clinical trials with them. I think that all of you will agree that we are all fighting the stigma that goes with mental illness, but I think it becomes especially difficult when you're talking about clinical trials in participants who are struggling with mental illness. So it's sort of a double whammy. So you really have to get the information out there and make sure that there's a good understanding. We really pride ourselves on making sure there's a very solid informed consent. I personally have made it my own mission to try to reduce the placebo response effect because that has been causing so many clinical trials to fail when perhaps maybe they shouldn't have failed over the past 10, 15 years. So we've been really conscious of that and working on that. And we've been partnering with the STAR Coalition to get some information about that out because we just think that that is a piece that everybody needs to participate in. But I feel like the STAR Coalition making the clinical trial world and the mental health space such a priority it just warms my heart, and it has just been an amazing relationship, and I feel like all of you have been experiencing that much longer than I have, but we will continue to experience it going forward. And I would just like to recognize also on the call right now, Emily Oppenheim, who's our site manager, and Jennifer Fleming, who is our outreach coordinator, who helped me with this, with reducing the stigma and education, and just providing a safe place for participants to come for quality research, where they can feel like we take everything they say very seriously and they take their illness very seriously. And so I appreciate, we are honored to be receiving this, and just thank you very much, especially to Erica.
Thank you so much, Dr. Davis. I'll just, offer a couple of my own words here, and to all the credit to Dr. Davis, Emily, and Jennifer. I think that kind of, in my time working in CROs and on the sponsor side, Dr. Davis has always been very selective about the types of studies that she takes on, and I think that's really her trying to make sure that she believes in the hypothesis, the molecule, and that it fits up very well with what it is that the patients that they see are looking for. And so it kind of comes around full circle, and that by having that very close evaluation about the type of work that they do, that they really continue to show that they're true partners in the space that we all work in here. So thank you so much. Very well recognized to the TrialMed team. So, Erica, unless you're telling me otherwise, I believe that for the STARR Sponsor of the Year award, we're going to have to delay this due to some last-minute scheduling difficulties that came up, and I'm seeing the head nodding here. And so,
I'm so sorry to say that. Yes, so we're going to delay that one, but we will circle back at a future event on that one.
Yes.
But we probably should give a shout out to last year's winner at this
I was
moment.
just about to say, Michelle Roberts, as we've had an opportunity to acknowledge all of the current holders. And I guess, Michelle, this just means you get to hold the award a little bit longer until we're able to hand it off. But from Teva, Michelle's the Senior Director of Medical Patient Advocacy. So thank you so much to Teva for the work that you've done, and then the current recipient. And we will be handing off this award at an event to come in the near future. All right, well, then that brings us to our final award of the afternoon here. And so the Lou Yagodnik Award, otherwise known as the Louie. So last year's award winner, Greg Hanchett from NAMI, Texas, is here to present this year's Louie Award winner. Greg?
Yes, thank you so much, Adam. Hello, everyone. It's so good to see you all. The STARR Coalition is an extraordinary community. NAMI, Texas is so proud to be a part of it. I remember telling you all last year that I was at the very first STARR Coalition Summit back in 2015. It's hard to believe that 10 years have gone by since then. At that summit, I met the person who this award was named after, Lou Yagodnik. And Lou brought kindness, humor, and profound insights into every discussion we had at that event. He was one of a kind. So I was very humbled last year to receive an award that has his name on it. And here is that award. I keep it right next to me on my shelf. The Lou Yagodnik Award, or the Louie, is the only STARR award given to an individual, someone whose leadership, advocacy, and unwavering commitment to those living with mental illness sets them apart in truly extraordinary ways. This year's recipient embodies all of that and more. It is my honor to recognize Dr. Shishuka Malhotra of the STARR Coalition's fellow founding members and a pioneering force in mental health clinical research, advocacy, and equitable access to care. Dr. Malhotra is the founder and CEO of Neurobehavioral Clinical Research, one of the top CNS research sites in the country. It is the home to a 12-bed inpatient facility and has more than 600 clinical trials conducted under her leadership. Across her 20-plus year career, she has contributed to the development and approval of more than 10 medications and therapies, shaping the treatment landscape for individuals living with psychiatric disorders. A defining example of Dr. Malhotra's steadfast commitment to elevating lived experience came when she became the first STARR certified site to hire an individual living with schizophrenia. How cool is that? This was an act of inclusion that set a standard for what authentic advocacy looks like in action. Dr. Malhotra mentored this young woman not only in the business and operations of mental health research, but also in her blossoming patient advocacy interests. With Dr. Malhotra's guidance and encouragement, she went on to found and lead a peer support group for others living with schizophrenia at the site, creating a safe, empowering space that continues to uplift and inspire. This single action has had a ripple effect, modeling for the research field what it means to truly value lived experience and expertise. Dr. Malhotra's compassion extends deeply into her community and is reflected in both her personal leadership and her team's daily work. She founded the Ohio Center for Hope, a nonprofit providing free mental health care to roughly 7,000 patients each year, ensuring that individuals in surrounding communities have access to life-changing services at no cost. She also prioritizes active and meaningful community engagement, with her team regularly sponsoring and participating in local events to educate the public about mental health research and share wellness resources. They offer healthy snacks, meaningful conversations, and accessible information about research opportunities. This past Thanksgiving, they distributed 50 complete turkey dinners to families in need. Through these ongoing efforts, health fairs, resource sharing, holiday food distributions, and daily acts of kindness, Dr. Malhotra and her team continue to build trust, reduce stigma, and bridge understanding between clinical research and the communities they serve. Dr. Malhotra is also a trailblazer in patient advocacy and diversity in clinical trials, lending her voice and expertise across numerous boards, including NAMI, the Alzheimer's Association, CNS Summit, and of course the STARR Coalition, where she co-chaired the STARR Diversity Work Group. For her extraordinary leadership, compassion, and dedication to advancing mental health care, it is my great privilege to present the 2025 Lou Yagodnik Award to Dr. Shishuka Malhotra. Congratulations.
Wow. Thank you, Greg. This is such an honor. I'm deeply honored to receive the Louis Award from the STARR Coalition. As Greg mentioned, having his name on the award and his dedication to advocacy and integrity continues to influence this field in a meaningful way. And to receive an award which bears his name is both humbling and motivating. So thank you, STARR Coalition, and Erica as well. I'm especially grateful to you for championing advocacy and being inspiration for me. And your excellence in mental health research, your leadership creates space for innovation while keeping patient at the center of the work. This balance is essential. Research trials are just not a professional pursuit for me. They are deeply personal. Over the course of my years, I have learned that behind every protocol, every data set, every outcome is a person placing their trust in research trials. That understanding shape how we lead and how we build teams and how we service the patients and approach research. Every patient story reminds us that the progress is not abstract, it's very human. At Neurobehavioral Clinical Research, we work diligently based on this belief that science and compassion must exist together. Research excellence is not only about results, but how we care about people who give their body and mind to research. So I'm incredibly proud of the team I have privilege of working with, cannot do it without them or my patients. Again, I truly enjoy this community STARR Coalition has built because of like-minded people like Adam and I can't name everybody, but Erica and Carol. You know, we inspire each other. We learn from each other to continue and never forget that patient come first. So thank you so much. It's very, very humbling for me. to receive this honor and award. Thank you again.
Adam, before you jump on, I want to add, Dr. Malhotra is a personal hero of mine, and is just a beautiful person, a beautiful soul inside and out. And this has been a long time in coming, because you are one of the most caring and compassionate individuals, let alone a researcher. It's just extraordinary, your commitment to the patients, and we are honored to have you in the STAR community. And I thank you so very much.
You are so kind. It takes one to know one. Thank you, Erica. Appreciate it.
Completely agree. Congratulations, Shuka. I think that you really embody the purpose of the STAR Coalition. It goes beyond the work. I don't even really just think of you as a citer and investigator, but really as a collaborator, an advocate, and just a general force for good in the space that we're all in here. So very much congratulations on a well-deserving Louis Award to you. And with that, unless there are any other thoughts or concluding, I don't want to hog up all of the concluding remarks here. I will just say, thank you so much again to everybody here. There was a tremendous amount of work, as I said at the beginning. Successes, failures, but all in all, persistence in a very challenging area that we all work with. And I think that, as has been said here, we encourage each other, and I love to hear these stories. And we've highlighted a few here today, but there's a lot of other fantastic work that is often highlighted in the STAR newsletters, et cetera. So if anybody else has any other words that they'd like to say here while we have a couple moments, I will open it up. Otherwise, if anybody chimes in the next 10 seconds or so, we could probably end this year's awards.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us.
Happy holidays. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you.
And so great to see you on the line here. I know, I don't know if you're at home with the baby or
Oh, I'm at the office today.
because those of you might not know that Mallory has had a baby.
Yes.
Since I've last seen her.
He's with Carol today.
Oh, no kidding. Good for him. Lucky guy.
Yes. So, great to see everyone. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll see you in 2026.
Happy holidays, everyone. See you next year.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'll see you. I'll be in touch soon.